LAKC fans. What a great game we had to start off with here between Pembroke and Rockhurst. But we're going to move on to our second matchup tonight between the Shawnee Mission East Lancers and the Blue Valley Lions. I'm going to go ahead and highlight these rosters here a bit, show you what we're looking for. For the Shawnee Mission East Lancers, we have a handful of All-Metro honors, starting with Griffin Fries, who's number 3, the All-American Attackman, only a junior. Along with them, we have a pair of first team honorable mentions, Zane Martin and Cade Eldred, along with 3 second team All-Metro players, Milton Brash, Cameron Ream, and Joseph Moore. Shawnee Mission East has been a dominant force in this league for many years to come, but let's move on to the next one, Blue Valley. Last time these two matched up, Blue Valley came away as the winner. They won 9-8 about a month and a half ago. We got about 6 All-Metro players here. We got first team All-Metro defender and Cecil Jack, number 6. Another first team All-Metro midfielder, number 22, Brett Florak. On the second team, we got Mason Peterson, an attackman, Ian Jones, the goalie, and Garrett Wilson, a long stick midfielder, along with Jack Pine, who is an honorable mention at attack. We're going to have a lot of great loaded lacrosse coming on here tonight. Stay tuned. Like I said, there was only a 1-goal game last time these two played, so it should be a great one tonight. Stay tuned. Daniel Rogenhofer, LAKC, signing out. Welcome back, LAKC fans. This is Dan Rogenhofer standing here with the new guest, Jack Mahoney. Jack plays defense over at Blue Valley West. He's a junior, so he's still got one more great year to play.
One more year.
Jack, did you watch this first game we had here today?
I watched that first game, and it was a battle. I especially like the matchup between Quinn Brandmeier and Brady Guck.
Oh, I love watching that, man. It was a great game, and this game should be even more entertaining because, like I said, last time these two teams played, it was a 1-goal game. What are you looking forward to?
Well, I just played Blue Valley last week, and so I'm looking forward to their fast break offense.
Yeah.
It's really hard to stop, but Shawnee Mission East just has so many weapons, and they're so fun to watch. So I'm just looking forward to this game.
You know, we were talking with a few of the former LAKC players earlier. You know, Shawnee Mission East, they're a very physical team. They're going to be on you. You got to be ready to go. But Blue Valley, they're very fast. They got a lot of great athletes. They play great transition game. Mahoney's going to be sticking with me for this game, so stay tuned as we get ready to kick off our second semifinal game today. Blue Valley and Shawnee Mission East. Welcome back to the second matchup of our LAKC semifinals. This is Daniel Rogenhofer here with Jack Mahoney. We're going to go over the starting lineup, starting with the Shawnee Mission East program first. The Lancers at attack will have Charles Borger, Griffin Fries, Matt McGannon. In the midfield for the Lancers, Will Benjamin, Milton Brash, Cameron Ream. Down on defense, holding it down, Zane Martin, Joseph Moore, Cooper Walton, and in between the pipes, Robbie Veglin. Now let's take a look at our Blue Valley Tigers lineup. At attack, the Tigers will be dominating with Will Lichman, Mason Peterson, and Jack Pine. In the midfield, we'll have Nate Adamson, Logan Baldisi, Garrett Wilson, and on defense, Jack Cecil, Brad Lichman, Joe Madden, and in the goal, Ian Jones. So, Jack, out of all these guys that we talked about here in the starting lineup, which one are you looking forward most to watching today? Do you have any memories about playing against them this season? You said you played Blue Valley last week. Who sticks out to you the most?
From Blue Valley, I would have to say Nate Adamson, the midfielder. He is extremely fast, and he's just one of the most athletic players I've ever played against. And then from Shawnee Mission East, obviously Griffin Fries, the All-American. Yeah. He's probably, in my opinion, the hardest guy to guard in the league. Yeah. He just combines like just a big body with also a lot of speed and really amazing stick skills. But also I'm looking for senior leadership out of Shawnee Mission East mini Milton Brosh, who's a Colgate football commit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's a
love multi-sport athletes. Love
physical
him.
Guy, and really knows how to let it rip. So I'm looking forward to seeing him as well.
You know, when you're trying to D up a guy like Freeze, a big body guy, it's just so difficult because he can protect his stick so well, but also can just overpower you going towards the goal. And you can sit down in your stance as defender. You can't chase stick because he's going to roll on you, and you can try and outmuscle him, but he's probably one of the strongest kids on the field.
For sure. Also another football player for Shawnee Mission East.
Yeah.
And something hard about him is also that he, even if your stick's perfectly in his hands and you're on like perfect defensive positioning, he's still going to get that shot around you and can still get a bounce shot off. So he's just one of the hardest guys to guard for sure.
Well, you know, one thing, I think it's going to be a speed versus strength game. Remember when I was coaching against Blue Valley earlier this season when I was coaching Elite Summit, we got up on them really quick. We had a pretty good face-off guy that helped us get a few quick goals, but their speed just blew us away in the second quarter, and they just started taking the game away from us. Wasn't much that we could do, but we're going to see. Is it going to be the strength of Blue Valley and how muscular they are, or is it going to be my apologies. Is it going to be the strength that Shawnee Mission East has, or is it going to be the speed and the flash of Blue Valley High School? We got about 4 minutes here till game time. If I didn't mention before, Jack Mahoney is a junior D-pole over at Blue Valley West. He's still got one more year to play, unlike the two kids that were from Blue Valley North that were up here in the last game. That was probably their last time watching some high school lacrosse. Jack, what are you looking forward to most next year?
Well, we had a really young team this year. We only had 2 seniors. So I'm just looking forward to kind of getting that same core back together. And we lost a lot of close games this year, so I'm kind of looking for a little bit of a revenge tour, kind of going against some of those close lost teams and kind of trying to win again. But
hey, it's always a great feeling knowing that you're coming back with all the ammunition you need. Been there, done that. Been a part of a strong senior class, but remember when I was playing as a junior, our senior class wasn't as big. And you're struggling, you're going through the ups and downs of a season, but you know in the back of your head, just keep fighting through, keep practicing hard because you're going to build this momentum going on to the next season.
I think something that really helped us is we got that first playoff win in the first round. So now we kind of have like that platform to build on next year and say, look, we did it this year, and all we have to do is win one more and we'll be in the Final Four. So that's something really nice to jump off of.
Oh, yeah. Well, you got both teams warming up here. You know, one thing that's really interesting about Shawnee Mission East is, you know, they're a pretty flashy team, but they have swagger, they show it, but they play extremely good. So I can't hate on it. I mean, you know, if you're going to come out like that and you're going to play like that, you're backing it up.
Yeah, no, I can say firsthand that watching that intro is a little intimidating, especially when they're coming out to that music and everyone's getting hyped up. It gets in your head sometimes,
Yeah.
especially when you're a younger player. And Blue Valley has some young players. Their face-off guy is a sophomore, as is one of their starting middies. So those guys might get a little bit more rattled than some of the more senior-led players. But, yeah,
Well,
it's definitely intimidating.
well, hey, and one thing I did fail to mention is that Blue Valley has the Coach of the Year, Mike McKenna. So you know this team's going to be disciplined. They're going to be ready to play, and they're going to be ready to face some kind of adversity because this is going to be a back-and-forth game.
For sure. This has kind of been a culmination of a long time coming for Blue Valley. I think their program has been coming for 4 years, and each year they've been getting one step closer. So this year they're trying to make it over that hump and get into that championship game on Saturday.
Well, you know, if I have to make a prediction, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go with Shawnee Mission East, and here's why. Knowing that they lost to this team in the regular season, you know they're going to have that extra edge, and they're going to come out guns a-blazing. You know, we're talking about kids out here playing the game. How mentally disciplined can you be? Is Blue Valley, knowing that they won this game, are they going to be a little bit relaxed? Is it still going to be pretty amped up? You know, one of the things we noticed from the first game was that, you know, you had some of those Final Four jitters early in the game. You know, we couldn't figure after faceoffs. It took a while for our team to maintain possession. Transition balls flying out of bounds and clears and rides. So it was a really good game. This one should be even better.
I think I'm going to have to agree with you on that Shawnee Mission East pick. I love a lot of the guys at Blue Valley, but I just think Shawnee Mission East has so much firepower that Blue Valley won't be able to keep up in the end.
Yeah. Welcome back, LAKC fans. Dan Rogenhofer checking in here with Jack. Jack, man, I just got to say, I'm really impressed with your knowledge of a lot of these kids that we were talking about earlier, man. When did you start playing lacrosse and why?
I started playing when I lived in Minnesota in 4th grade, and it was actually because my neighbor started playing. So I kind of just got into it, just playing around the neighborhood. And then when I got here, it kind of just took off. I started playing for Blue Valley, and then I started playing for True, which is a travel team in the summer, and that's where I actually met a lot of these kids. So that's kind of how I know them. So.
Yeah. Well, hey, man, I appreciate it. This is only my second. I just finished up my second year coaching here in the LAKC League, and, I'm starting to get these names down, but it definitely helps having you by my side here today. Minnesota, man. They got a couple really good MCLA college teams that I played against back in my day at Missouri State. St. Thomas Aquinas and St. John's always seem to be dominating up there in Division II MCLA.
For sure.
You ever get to watch them play it all up there?
Actually, my team in 6th grade all went up to a St. John's game. So
was that in their nice indoor facility that they have up there?
Oh yeah, it's so nice. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, But, we're about ready to get this game underway here. And, we got a lot of all-Metro talent on both teams here. And it looks like we are starting. Are they doing a?
I think it might be the national anthem.
Give us a little quick.
They're going Shawnee Mission East lineups.
Oh, yeah. Well, hey, let's talk a little bit about the game that we watched earlier today. You saw that Pembroke just fundamentally extremely sound. I mean, they played very well on defense. It seems to be their strong suit, and their offense is just patient and finding their looks. What did you think?
I think that they have Jack Stakers, one of the most prolific attackmen in the league, and they also have something when they're having to dodge, unlike a lot of these teams in the league, their whole offense is moving off ball, which is something that's hard to teach, especially finding those open spots within a defense. But Pembroke's really good at it, and I think that's what puts them over the edge, and that's why they're #1 seed.
Well, hey, something we can relate to both as defensive players. When you are trying to play help defense and you're a hot slide or a two slide, and you're trying to figure out when you're supposed to go slide as your individual man assignment is moving on the field, to multitask, to have your head on a swivel, it makes it more difficult. But when you see a lot of these teams isolate dodge and the rest of the pieces stay in the same place, it's easy to know where you need to be.
For sure, and that comes in when, especially Rockers, who had just graduated goalie last year, this is their goalie's first year starting varsity. So having that communication and still learning that throughout the season, I think is something that kind of is so difficult for a younger goalie. So I think that just talking through those slides, especially when those guys are moving, it's just so difficult.
Yeah, and the sophomore really did put in a good effort. He made a lot of pretty solid saves.
He's going to be a stud.
I was really impressed with the Pembroke goalie right there at the end of the quarter. Made an awesome foot save when the guy was wide open on the crease.
He's definitely, in my opinion, he's probably the best guy I've faced this season. Him or this Shawnee Mission East goalie, they both shared first team All-Metro. So I think that, he came up big in that game. He's also a senior, so that senior leadership coming in like we already talked about earlier.
Yeah. You got a first team All-Metro goalie here for Shawnee Mission East, and you're going to also have 2 second team All-Metro D-poles. So, like I said, I really do like Shawnee Mission East to win this game. I know Blue Valley's got a lot of speed, and I mean when it's different when you watch on the screen. When I was coaching against them and you see it on the field, it really does impress you. But, I mean, Shawnee Mission East, they're just so physical. When we played Shawnee Mission East early this season, they beat us up really good. I mean, it's hard to tell you guys to dodge hard knowing that slide's coming and one of these big depots is going to come in here and clean up your clock.
Yeah. Blue Valley does the same thing kind of Pembroke does on that fast break, is when when the slide goes, their attackmen are all moving to these open creases, and that's how they get so many fast break goals. I think Mason Peterson has like 70 goals, and I know a lot of them come off fast break because I was having to chase after him last week.
Being on the bad side of things, but hey, as a depot, you just hate with that fast break because you're at a numbers disadvantage.
Yeah.
And you could do it. You could do your slide assignment perfect, but the ball is probably going to get in the back of the net as long as those guys can bang it around quick.
I think that's the key if Blue Valley wants to win this game, is just capitalizing on all their opportunities, because every mistake that they make, Shawnee Mission East is going to capitalize for sure. So.
And you don't want to go man down against Shawnee Mission East. You do not. They got guys. You know, in the last game, we saw a lot of goals right on top of the goalie. This game, you're going to see a lot more better outside shooters, in my opinion. And, I mean, we had a young sophomore goalie starting against Shawnee Mission East, and defense was looking over like, what's going on? And I'm like, you know, yeah, we got a young goalie, but these guys can rip the ball from far out.
Oh, yeah.
So.
They have some shooters, especially their freshman, Cade Eldred. He's a lefty from the outside. Look to him to take some low underhand bounce shots, and they're just almost impossible to save.
We're going to take a quick break for the national anthem. Be right back. My apologies. I thought we were going to do another national anthem before this round. We are not. I do want to acknowledge our referees for this game. We have Mitch Castor, Corey Starnes is the umpire. The field judge is Grant Van Horn. And our chief bench official, coming back from a game last time, Chris Harris. As everybody's huddled up, get this thing going on the road. I can't even wait. Shawnee Mission East breaking out early from their bench.
Looks like Griffin Freeze is leading them out.
Oh, who else would you want leading them out, right?
Exactly.
You know, I'm also looking at these two rosters here, and I noticed I think Shawnee Mission East has the advantage of experienced players. It looks like they have more upperclassmen that will be playing in this game than Blue Valley will. Yeah.
It's pretty close.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
These teams are both have a pretty strong senior group that's leading them.
Yeah. Both teams went 12-1 during the regular season. The goalies are crossing off. Little sportsmanship, shaking some hands. Here we are, the LAKC semifinal game, number 2, Shawnee Mission East High School Lancers, Blue Valley High School Tigers, here at the University of Missouri, Kansas City, Durwood Stadium. Facing off for Blue Valley,
Logan Baldacci.
Logan Baldacci, sophomore, and over for Shawnee Mission, we have
Hank Breckenridge, I think.
What we believe is Hank Breckenridge.
Yep, number 12. Yep. This is going to be a matchup to watch all night. These are two of the best in the league.
Here we go. We're off. A plunger move by Blue Valley, but Shawnee Mission will, I cannot tell who's going to come up with this one. Ball's flying. The long stick midi attempts to get it. The ball's still live, and the play's blown dead. Shawnee Mission East will start with the first possession of the game as the midfield is taking it up in transition, crossing midfield. This is number 1, that's Milton Brosh. Throws it to the wing, number 5. Now we're back at X, number 3. Shawnee Mission East is just going to bang this ball around, maybe get a few subs. They're looking for their matchup. Right now they're in an open set. But I imagine as Shawnee Mission East dodge, they're going to have somebody collapse down into the crease. Here we go. Ooh, turnover.
Play on, over and back, maybe.
Got to get the ground ball.
Yep, over and back.
Blue Valley is going to get that ball because of an over and back call against the Lancers. Now we have some laundry on the field.
It's a delay of game, I think, because that Shawnee Mission East player threw the ball back over.
Yeah, once the play's blown dead, I think in retaliation he's just, you know, we're amped up here. It's a big close game, and you know, he slapped the ball away, but you can't make mistakes like that in an important game like this. We're talking about going to the championship round.
On Blue Valley's man up, look for number 18 up top, JP Tomasco, one of the best shooters in the league. He had 4 goals from outside against Rockhurst earlier in the season. He is a sniper.
Here we go. The Tigers starting with the ball top center. We finally get to, well, early in the game, we're going to see their extra man offense.
30-second delay game.
Sweeping across, dishes it back. Little rotation there. Gets it to the wing, feeds to X.
There's
Skip pass up top.
Oh.
What a rip. You were right. I got to tell you, I have a very knowledgeable person helping me call this game tonight. He called it right on the spot. Another skip pass from X looking up top.
Nice stick.
Really good job from the defender. The adjacent defender staying in the skip lane with the stick up. Transition opportunity for the Lancers here. He's going to pull it out. Smart decision.
Kill this penalty.
Good job by Fries. That's a very freeze. My apologies. Freeze. Very smart play.
Oh, the yard sale.
Blue Valley's got to come away with a. Freeze retains the possession. Settle some things down here.
Oh.
Definitely some early jitters.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah. Another over and back.
As much as these kids have been playing lacrosse for a long time, you know, it's the moment, right? It's hard to play. It's hard to play relaxed in these moments.
We can already hear that crowd going crazy out here.
Shot and stop. A scrum for the ground ball in front of the cage that gets knocked out past the end line.
Saved by Robbie Begling.
Lancers will keep possession. Long toss from the pull down to midfield, almost with a great pass. The Lancers get possession. Well, I'll tell you one thing. The All-American Freeze is really hustling to get these 50-50 ground balls. You love to see that from a great player like that. Setting the example. Everybody, hustle to the ball. Let's get possession.
I'm looking for one of the senior midfielders up top to take a dodge here.
Right now, they're just going to bang it around, looking for their matchup. Here it comes.
Cameron Ream.
Cameron Ream with the dodge here down the right alley. He's got a step. He's going to feed it back to X. Good patience. Shot and save. Great hustle. Quick restart. Got to get back in on D. With a fake pass move. No one really bid on that one that time. You got some time. 22 with the ball. Bangs it to right wing, number 5. Back at X to Freeze. He's rolling the cage. There's the feed off the slide. 26 looks. Didn't have the best handle on the ball. Decides to be patient. Pull it back out. Let's do it again.
You can already see they're sliding really early to Griffin.
And you got to be looking for the pass on that backside. This time the defense holds. Great one-on-one defense by the midfielder, 23.
Nate Adamson, the sophomore.
Great defense by the young player there. 26 coming down. Well, as you can see, Blue Valley had a game plan. With certain people, they're going to slide early, but with others, they're going to trust their guys one-on-one and hold.
Another ground ball for Shawnee Mission East.
They're definitely winning that matchup right now. I need to compliment that they're being pretty patient. You know, they could have forced some shots, but they're deciding to just trust their offense, play within the system. He's going to sweep over the middle. Big hit. Shot
nice
and save.
Save.
Hey, as a deep hole, you love seeing hits like that, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Makes them think twice about shooting that ball again.
Well, we got a turnover here by the Tigers. Forced pass, and the Lancers are going to take over.
Ball goes back to East.
Something you'll see from Shawnee Mission East defense is on these fast breaks, their deep holes will chase way out on their attackman and not let them catch the ball.
Nice little roll move there by the pole as he dishes it to the midfielder. Ball's on the ground. Great play by number 26 to get the ground ball. Touch in the box. Now you got possession. Bet you we'll see the same thing. They're going to do an open set, pass this ball around the perimeter a bit, and look for a dodge up top. Here it comes. Nope. Spinning the ball around the perimeter again is the Lancers. They're going to dodge down low from the wing, feeding up top. Ball's loose. Ground ball picked up by the Tigers. Did you get that call?
Playing with his free hand, maybe? It looked like he only had one hand on the stick.
Playing with the free hand might have been the call there. So the Lancers get a break. They'll get the possession back. Brash just muscling his way through defenders.
Wow.
That pole tried playing him up above the restraining box, and he said, watch this.
He just ran right through that defense.
That's what I'm talking about. You know, the Lancers, they have a lot of physical players. You got to play disciplined body defense. If you start going for the stick, they're just going to roll and run straight through you.
And it's hard when that big body's coming at you, I'll tell you what. But this thing about Shawnee Mission East is once they get that first goal, they kind of get hyped up on the sideline, and then they start coming faster and faster. That's how they beat these teams so bad.
Well, almost halfway through the first quarter, and we finally get our first goal. Like I said, just like the last game, you do see a little bit of those early, nervous jitters going on. Teams just struggling to handle onto the ball a bit. Shawnee Mission wins the face-off. That was number 12, Hank Breckenridge.
Something's going to start coming in here is this Blue Valley defense has been on defense for a long time. I don't think Blue Valley's had a settled possession since that man up. So
no.
Kind of this exhaustion's coming in.
Where's the help defense? There it is. See, the key is once Shawnee Mission starts getting into this dodge, the defenders need to get tight so they can play some good help defense, make the slides easier. Here we go. Stutter step, switches back to his left, sweeping across the middle of the field, and he dishes it off.
This is the freshman right here, 29.
Skip pass goes over the head, but number 16 should be able to pick up this ground ball not being contested as he brings it back in.
That's Will Moore right there.
Ball's back at X. We're going to have a pick and roll scenario here. Decides to go away from the pick, draws the slide, bounces it up top. There it is. Time and room shot. Hit. Rips it. Goalie comes up with the save.
Garrett Wilson with that ground ball.
Shot by number 20, James.
That was a good hit.
Timeout, Blue Valley.
Tigers call their first timeout. So what do you think so far?
I mean, East has had possession this whole first quarter, basically, so Blue Valley needs to get a possession here and try and get that goal in. The good thing for Blue Valley, it's only 1-0 right now, but Shawnee Mission East has had possession this whole quarter.
Yeah, you got to give. Look, if you get that ball back down there on offense, you're gonna have to hold on to it for a solid 30 seconds. Let your guys catch their breath. What I saw was a great time and room shot from that Lancers player. And as a defensive coordinator, I start to worry because when you start making these perimeter shots on the outside, it starts stretching out your help defense. And then you can start finding backside cutters in the middle of the field.
For sure. And then we just saw that senior Milton Brosh just run through the Blue Valley defense. He's hyped up.
Yeah. You're just going to have to get in on those hips and try to bite him up the best you can. Chasing stick on that kid is not going to work.
Nope. So we'll see what kind of – I think they have to start the ball pretty far back, so we'll see what kind of clear they run. Blue Valley runs to get the ball up the field of their attackmen.
Well, you can see they got their two attackmen lined up on the ball. They're going to try and double it here, but safe decision to pass it off to the goalie.
And Shawnee Mission East is in the 11-man ride right now. Their goalie is actually out on an attackman.
They're putting on a lot of pressure. That's a lot of confidence in your players, but they're a great team, so I'm not surprised that they're doing the 11-man ride.
And there's a touch.
Now, I would go ahead. I know you just came off a timeout, but go ahead, pull this ball out to some space. Get the situation you want. There you go. See, when you pull the ball way up here, there's no need to defend a guy out there.
Oh, Will Lichtman.
You know what? That one fell off the screen, but that was a far feed there.
That was a very good pass.
Backside defender maybe not keeping his head on a swivel. Let his guy sneak in back cage.
I was watching off the TV, and it looked like just a catch and shot real quick. That's a nice shot by Will Lichtman.
Well, hey, like I said, we're hoping for some great lacrosse. We're tied up here with 4 minutes and 37 seconds to go of our second game of the LAKC matchup, the Shawnee Mission East Lancers and the Blue Valley Tigers.
And now the crowd's getting into it for both sides.
Well, you mentioned earlier, with the Lancers getting a goal, you thought they might start rolling with this, but the Blue Valley Tigers did a great job responding.
That was a great timeout by Coach of the Year McKenna.
Yes.
Possession East.
Almost with the sideline play. Another face-off win for Shawnee Mission. Breckenridge doing a good job there up at the midfield. Oh, there's step in. Yeah. Nice little sweep move. Great
Nice
save by the goalie.
By number 5, Ian Jones.
Good job by Jones there. Jumping out. He kind of knew. He saw the 3 passes coming across. He knew that that guy was the last guy on the end of that chain of passes to get the shot off, and he jumped it early.
Ball.
Did he just deflect that back off a Lancer?
Yeah. It looked pretty close. Oh, there's a flag down.
Yeah. You know, it's great having physical, aggressive defenders, but sometimes you're gonna get some flags like that if you're gonna be that aggressive.
I think that's gonna be 2 flags on the same guy. Push with possession and a slash, it looks like.
Yeah, as the player was retreating away from the defender, backside of the numbers, after the slash, you know the ref's already saying, hey, ease it. And then he goes ahead and pushes him right from behind there. Easy call for our referees today, as they're going to sort this out. We might see Blue Valley go not just 1 extra person up, but possibly 2.
That's Joseph Moore in the box for Shawnee Mission East.
You know, the first stick check looked pretty gnarly, and I was like, you know what, he might get this. But, you know, it's not about how many checks you throw, it's about throwing the right checks.
Yeah. He also brought that stick all the way behind him, and they really don't like when you wind up like that, especially when you're behind someone.
Yeah.
So we have a slash.
You know, maybe these refs are efficient in this game with higher expectations, knowing how talented these teams are.
For sure.
It is releasable.
Okay, so it's just 1 man up, so we'll have 6 on 5 here as we get to see up.
Nice
Shot and
finish.
goal.
Mason Peterson, the sophomore, 70 goals on the year, and that's a nice shot.
Only a sophomore, huh?
Only a sophomore.
Assist by number 22.
Well, hey, one thing that I've seen pretty consistent through Blue Valley is they like to spread out, find that skip pass to get a time and room rip.
Something else that's nice is ever since that first shot from JP where he went high to high, they've shot both shots on the ground.
Yes. You know, that's what we were talking about in the last game. A lot of the goals that Rockhurst got in were bounce shots, but then all of a sudden they're trying to pick up top pipe.
For the Tigers.
Blue Valley now leading 2-1 with 3 minutes and 44 seconds left in the first quarter. This time, Blue Valley wins the faceoff with a plunger technique.
Nice slide.
Great job by number 47 to maintain possession.
Logan Baldacci.
What a lacrosse name, huh?
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Hey, aggressive defense from the Lancers again, forcing a turnover. Great team ground ball effort. He boxed him out. Number 2 came in for the scoop.
And Mason Peterson. Oh, failure to advance.
I guess they never touched the box.
Nope.
I didn't notice.
I didn't notice either. I guess it, yeah.
Boy, you just see the emotion that Shawnee Mission East plays with. I just want to go out there and play right now.
After that, all the attackmen got super hyped up, and they weren't even down there, so I completely agree with you.
Hey, we'll get right back to you after this timeout.
Besides the championship here this Saturday night, there's a lot of lacrosse this weekend.
Hey, so we just got some interesting news. If you're watching from back home, you didn't get to see how that first Blue Valley goal went in, but it was about a 30-yard pass from up top center of the field, and the ex-attackman rolled the cage and hit it like a baseball bat into the goal.
It was a great finish.
But if you go on our LAKC Facebook page, we will have that highlight posted up soon. So sorry for our viewers back home, but we got your back. Do not worry. We're back here after the timeout. It's Blue Valley's ball as they lead 2-1 with 3 minutes and 8 seconds left in the first quarter. Right now they're spread out.
Under 3 minutes.
If you'd like to see that highlight, go to @LAKC Same Day on Twitter.
LAKC Game Day on
Game
Twitter.
Day. There we go. The G that he wrote looked a little bit like an S, but I was thinking same day, the highlight. Here we go. Dodge from up top. Isolation. Short stick on short stick. There's the feed to the crease. A
Nice
roll.
dodge. Oh,
Great patience by the crease player there. You know, they always say don't freak out. You have more time than you think.
yeah, that was a really nice play. Oh, good
Slap check.
Oh.
That one's from behind. Maybe slightly towards the side, but good call by the referee there.
Blue Valley keeps possession.
If I'm that defender and I get that first slap check on a guy, that just gives me the confidence to keep chasing after him all game.
Little split dodge there from 32, sweeps over the cross. There's the midfielder right there that was popped up on the crease.
Nice recovery.
He's getting harassed right now. Someone's got to help him come get the ball. You know, the last thing I want to do is stand there and watch my teammate get hacked like that.
For sure.
Definitely got to move off ball. Here's an open look. Underhand shot wide left. Goalie with a great chase. In the sport of lacrosse on a shot, the closest player to the sideline where the ball goes out of bounds retains possession. The goalie recognized a great opportunity, hustled out of the cage, and was the first one to the line when the ball went out of bounds. So the Lancers will have possession. Well, their defense should be fresh because you saw that Blue Valley did have a pretty good time of possession there recently.
This is a big possession for Shawnee Mission East, trying to get a little bit more of that confidence back.
And they got the ball here at X with Freeze taking it back up top. So we're seeing a lot of the senior midfielders up top, Dodge. I'm ready to see Freeze sneak from behind that cage and get a slam dunk on the goalie.
Me too.
Now
There
they're
it
going to
goes.
initiate it from X there. The slide
Nice
is
roll.
early. Adjacent slide from Blue Valley there. Nice early slide to get the ball out of Freeze's stick because that's a guy you're going to have to slide early on.
That's a nice team ground ball from Milton and Griffin.
Ooh, that guy. Number 52 has laid some great body checks today. Joe Madden, senior. He's definitely playing like it could possibly be his last game.
For sure.
Number 1, time and room shot up top.
Shot by number 1.
Ricocheted off the goalie's stick there. Rolling the cage. I think they're going to say
Crease.
that he stepped in the crease. It looked close, but they're closer there than we are, so I'm going to trust their decision on that.
But just look how fast that slide's coming in on Griffin. Shawnee Mission East should look to exploit that more, especially when they get this at the end of this quarter, going to get that time to talk.
Well, you know, go ahead, keep dodging back at X and look up top for those senior midfielders for those time and room shots. They got a handful of guys that can shoot from far away from the net. We got a big scramble here. The Lancers pick up the ball and throws it out of bounds.
Only 3 seconds left in the first quarter.
4 seconds remain in the first quarter.
And there's the Hail
And
Mary.
that brings us to the end of the first quarter with the Blue Valley
Well, hey,
Tigers 2. Shawnee Mission East Lancers
there's a
1.
lot of similarities between this game and the first game we saw today. You saw some transition turnovers. You got to see some early man-up, man-down situations, but a low score, just like the last game. Look to see things amp up. Look to see a lot more shots end up in the back of the net as these teams get more comfortable with each other.
especially since we have two really strong coaches on both sidelines. You'll start to see kind of those adjustments. For Shawnee Mission East, I think they're going to start either letting Griffin go from X because the slide's coming so fast and getting everyone up top out of his way, or they're going to come and kind of get people cutting in after that slide comes.
Yeah. You know, we really haven't seen it. Both teams are fairly athletic, so the one-on-one game, they're not getting too much of a step on the defender, so it is going to be a lot like what you see at the college level. You got to draw a slide and then bang it around really quick. Usually sometimes in these high school games you'll see, you know, a dodge to shot, but the true mature game of lacrosse, which we're seeing right here, is a dodge to a pass-pass redodge.
And that comes with just having so much talent on both teams. I think these teams are probably up there with the most all-metro players. I think Shawnee Mission East has 9 maybe. So that kind of level of like talent just really lends itself to a more advanced game.
Well, you know, this game, if you're looking at an entertainment factor, probably should be the championship game, in my opinion. You know, Pembroke played really well, and, you know, Rockhurst came in as a 5 seed. It's been a long time since Rockhurst came in as a 5 seed. But, you know, it's almost kind of like the NBA Finals where you're seeing the Golden State-Houston Rockets matchup is going to be a way better matchup than the Finals.
For sure. I'm just excited to be out here. This is just a great game.
Hey, I'm excited to have you. You've been doing a great job. You're very knowledgeable of the game. And because you play with a lot of these kids, I mean, you're anticipating great. You ever thought about doing this for a living?
Not yet. Maybe after tonight.
Hey, man, like I said, I mean, I might have to hit you up for scouting reports next season since you seem to know everybody so well.
Yeah, that's definitely helpful.
All right, here we go. We're about to start our second quarter here. Blue Valley leading the Shawnee Mission East Lancers 2-1. Not an easy pickup here. Blue
Nate
Valley
Adamson.
wins the face-off.
Nate Adamson,
not
the
Blue
sophomore,
Valley.
comes out
Yeah.
with it.
My apologies. I'm a little blooper there. Like I said before, with the cast I have today, this is my first time doing this for LAKC. This is Jack's first time being up here. But I gotta admit, Jack's composure's been great.
Flag down, trip.
Blue Valley's going to get another extra man opportunity. Shawnee Mission East racking up some penalty situations here early in the game.
I think that's their third. This is Blue Valley's third man-up opportunity, and Shawnee Mission East has had none. So that's a big difference, especially in a game like this when you have so many outside shooters.
You know, when we told our guys when we were about to play, we know that the Lancers play really aggressive. And you know you're going to get your opportunities man up, but you got to keep your composure.
For sure.
It's really easy that when one of these kids makes an aggressive play that you mistake it for just an unsportsmanlike play. I just really believe that these guys just play super hard, and that, yeah, sometimes they're going to get flagged.
That just comes with the culture they build of kind of this emotional game. Everyone's super excited, and they just love when they get those takeaway checks. There's a really strong defense.
Well, he attacks the top center gap of that zone. You know, the box and one zone, you're trying to attack the gaps in between where the corners of the poles are staying. There's a little bit of confusion up top from the Lancers defense. No one took the point, no rotate, and there's a shot right on goal. Another shot from the wing. Blue Valley's extra man offense cooking right now, keeping the coffee hot.
Looks like they're running a pick play for number 18.
Ooh, nice look.
18, JP Tomasco, saved by Robbie Beglin.
This is one of Blue Valley's plays is where they put a midi down and kind of block off that last attackman.
Shot in goal.
JP Tomasco.
Goal by number 18, JP Tomasco. On an assist.
Hey, explain a little more in depth what you're talking about there with the bringing that midi down there to block that.
So in this box and one, you kind of have one defender on the top left of the box.
Yep.
And a midi comes down and stands in front of him. It's not that big of a pick. He kind of just stands there, and JP kind of floats
it prevents
over.
the box from it prevents the outer poles from rotating.
For sure, and so JP gets that shot on the wing, and he can just finish it every time.
Hey, you know, many of y'all that are tuning in, this is a sport that you have to be smart to play. It's a lot to learn. And I got to tell you, I have one of the smartest kids sitting right here next to me explaining what's going on to you all back there at home. Plunger move works for the midi there. Oh, he tries to pass it up to the attackman on the fast break rotation. He just slides in a little too soon.
Shawnee Mission East has a really strong ride, physical ride. It's kind of hard to get around them, especially their attackmen are really physical, just like their defense. So let's see if they can get it out of here. Blue Valley can.
Yeah, as you can see, the middies in the midfield, there's not a lot of space between them. CA had to force a contested pass into a contested
and there's
catch.
the goalie in the 11-man ride.
He gets back in. Oh, wow. Almost off the top post there. Well, I think you saw the one thing that you give up in that 11-man ride, that if you don't settle back in on your settled defense, you're going to give up shot opportunities like that.
And here's a big possession for Shawnee Mission East.
Let's see if they're going to go ahead and attack at X this time, if they're going to bring it back up top. I think you and I both agree that majority of the success has been dodging from the X position of the field so far.
Milton looks like he's pulling his guy out.
Here comes the dodge from center field. Coming down the right alley. Flips it back out to the crease who popped up. Nice handle. Tries to switch back to his left hand. Great defense by the midfielder. A cutter. But the Blue Valley defense stayed tight. That's a tough pass to fit in there. That's a ward. Yep. Play with the. Hey, this isn't football. You can't stiff arm these kids. Nope. But good call by the referee there. The Lancers will get position back. Bangs it around to the right wing. Now the ball's back at X.
And here
with
comes.
That great player freeze. Slides early. Sidesteps past the slide. They're going to keep passing up to the next guy, swinging it around, looking for a shot.
Nice
Defense
recovery.
recovers well. Rolls in, just misses the shot.
Shot by number 5, Charlie Berger.
You know, and it was a great recovery by the defense. But you could see how Shawnee Mission was just banging that ball one person at a time. He gets a step on his defender.
Oh, that looks like from behind. Yep.
Yes, I definitely agree on that one.
For sure.
Late slide. Because the slide was late, he forced it. Hit from behind, especially with possession.
So we're going to see Shawnee Mission East man up for the first time tonight.
And I think we can both sit here and agree on this. I don't know who has a better extra man offensive unit. I mean, you guys at home have seen in this game, the velocity of these shots are a lot faster than what we saw in the last game. And that's what the Lancers got. They got those snipers. There they go. They're going to spin the ball around the perimeter real quick. They're going to keep it above GLE, though. Ball's back top center to number 1. Number 3, they're just going to keep moving this ball around so they can get a defender out of position. That's all you need to do. And there it goes. Back to X. Swings it to the wing. Still looking. Good patience by the Lancers. Feeds it inside. Shot and saved by the goalkeeper.
Nice save, but again, high-to-high shot. It's not really going to work on such a talented goalkeeper like Ian Jones.
Hey, well, you know, besides the shot, very well executed play by the Lancers to get the look that they wanted. Oh, you're going to have a turnover here, but he went for the ground ball one-handed, a coach's nightmare.
A nice check, one-handed wrap check.
And a ground ball picked up. And now, Freeze just got yard sailed. But they're going to say that it's the Lancers' ball. Hey, once again, the Freeze kid hustling for 50-50 ground balls.
Oh, it's going to stay with Blue Valley. I think they called that Griffin was playing without playing with the free hand because he dropped the stick, was still going for the ball.
Yep. Roll away. Wow. There's that 11-man ride again.
Oh.
And the goal was almost wide open when he received the pass.
That was a great save by Robbie Vaughn.
If you're coaching the Lancers right now and you just saw those last 2 11-man rides, leave opportunities for shots on cage. Are you going to ease back a little bit at this point? Or are you still going to stick to your bread and butter here?
I mean, it's kind of difficult because you don't want to change it up in a big game like this, but also if they start getting more and more opportunities, those fast break goals start to add up quick. But also, you need every possession you can get, down 2 goals.
Yeah. Hey, it's still an early game. There's still a lot of lacrosse to play. I haven't seen too many adjustments. I think we'll see some more obvious adjustments after the second quarter here, which is still just above 7 minutes left. Just a little mishandle of the ball, but he's got it. See if he's going to start from a dodge right here. He's got a short stick on short stick matchup.
This is the first team All-Metro Brett Florlack, it looks like.
Taking his time. Gonna dodge from the wing. Crosses to his left hand, feeds across.
And you see all that movement by the Blue Valley attackmen, even though that didn't work, but they're still moving all over the place.
Hey, I appreciate the off-ball movement. I don't want to pass the ball through the core of the defense like that.
For sure.
He did have a good step on his man. See what the call is here.
Blue Valley ball.
Blue Valley will have the possession. We weren't quite sure what the call was.
I think they're just having a little dispute about who had touched last, it looked like.
Here comes the isolation dodge. Great defense by the
This is Mason Pearson, an
midfielder.
attackman, so whenever you, drop the ball.
Definitely going to need that.
But if you're an attackman and you see that shorty on shorty matchup, you're going to take it every time, it looks like. Oh, that's a hold.
Yeah, that's definitely a hold there. Once again, for those of y'all at home, still learning about the game, you can use the stick to play defense, but you cannot prohibit the player from advancing his body or his feet throughout the field by holding him with the shaft of your stick. Up, we got some more laundry on the field. The extra man offensive unit getting started here for Blue Valley.
That was some aggressive defense pressing out on the man up.
Yeah, I was about to say, I almost thought that they weren't man up.
I know, it looked like it for a second there.
You know, at the high school level, if you have that much more speed, you can do some uncanny, some uncorky strat. Shot
Jack
and goal by
Pine.
34.
Jack Pine, the senior.
That's what happens when you spread out like that. You give up open lanes for Dodgers to make through. I was saying earlier, you know, at the high school level, if you have a significant athletic advantage, you can do some uncanny and quirky things. But when you come into the playoffs and you start playing more evenly talented teams, you're going to have to tighten it up back inside of defense in the hole there.
And you saw in that man-up play, Blue Valley came right around the crease, and that opening gets created when you have guys like JP shooting from the outside and getting those goals. Those inside kind of plays are way more open. Big face-off here for Shawnee Mission East.
Got a 4-1 lead here with 5 minutes and 45 seconds left in the second quarter. Fast break opportunity.
Nice pass.
Oh.
Flag down.
Another flag down. This time it looks like the Lancers are going to go extra man.
That was a great pass by Griffin Freeze, looking for the skip pass.
Yeah. You know, it was another good job by that Blue Valley goalie, knowing that, hey, this was the last attackman on the end of those passes on the fast break. I come out of my goal knowing that I can take them one-on-one. Made a great stop.
And looks like Charles, who was shaking up on that play, gets back up and runs off, so that's good to see.
Of course. It's a violent game, and we don't want to see anybody get hurt, but it is entertaining at the same time.
Cross-check, 1 minute.
Is this the first time we've seen the Lancers go man up, or is this the
second time?
Second time.
We saw that push with possession, I think, on Griffin earlier.
Yeah. Last time they did a good job getting the look. He shot stick side high.
And right now, Shawnee Michigan's just testing. They're not really in their play yet. And now they kind of set up when that guy goes to X, Matt McGannon.
There's the cutters.
Nice shot.
And goal. Well, I can explain this one for you. The two cutters dropping down the top left corner deep hole on the man up. And if you don't go with those cutters, it's an easy goal. But then when you drop those defenders with the cutters, it leaves that guy up top with a time and room ripper.
And there's Milton Brosh again. We saw him score on the inside. Now we see him score from up top. And that's just senior leadership coming in, playing big in big games.
When you got great shooters like that, it gives you the freedom to do that, because as a defensive coordinator, that's the shot you want to give up. You don't want to give that cutter right on top of the goalie of the shot. So you're sitting there like, as a defense, what else can I do?
And look at these LSMs. They're messing around with each other right now.
Oh, you know it's going to get a little gritty today.
Oh, yeah. Nice face-off win by Hank Breckenridge.
Oh, the long stick. Almost had an opportunity to get some goodies there.
And here's Garrett Wilson, the LSM. Great stick skills.
Look at these attackmen flying around. You're right. They really do a great job of riding.
Oh, off the Shawnee Mission East, going Blue Valley.
You know, I know there's still a lot of lacrosse to play, but Blue Valley got out to an early lead, and it just doesn't even feel like they have a lead right now because of the way those shooters that the Lancers have. It just scares the crap out of you.
Yeah. And you hear the crowd kind of getting into it when the Shawnee Mission East got that goal. The stadium was kind of shaking a little bit when all those parents were stomping their feet. And that's something that comes in, especially when you go to Shawnee Mission East and play. They have a huge crowd always.
They really do have lacrosse down right there, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
Shot off the post. It's a race to the midline. It looks like Blue Valley will maintain possession. So what have we seen from the Blue Valley offense so far? Dodges from top center.
That's kind of their bread and butter.
And they want to look for that skip pass because they know that second defender, being the two help, isn't going to be all the way extended out on their guy. Yep, there's a cutter from the backside. Patience, though. Aggressive defense by the pole.
Good check.
Great slap check. In the ground ball.
Up to Griffin.
That's the icing on the cake right there. Great job by a defender.
Griffin has a step.
Griffin getting towards the goal. Great feed. Shot and goal. Smart play by 22. Knowing the goalie's going to come out, I'm just going to dump it right over your shoulder. Come out and hit me.
This stadium is rocking right now.
I don't even know if they can hear us over all the static, to be honest. Well, I'll tell you one thing. I haven't seen Freeze put one in the back of the net, but he is doing a great job feeding his teammates.
Another thing that's not even just like the feeds is he's getting up on that midline and helping with the clears. That's a huge thing, especially last game when we saw they weren't getting as many clears, but Griffin just getting the ball in his stick and not losing it is causing a huge amount of possession for the Shawnee Mission East Lancers.
Hey, I got to tell you, I'm pretty sure those people back home probably struggled hearing it at the NSS because you're right. These Shawnee Mission East fans got the stadium rocking. Here we go. We're back at a one-goal game with 3 minutes and 19 seconds left in the second quarter. The Lancers are only down by 1 goal to the Tigers.
Big win by Baldacci.
Oh, but he misses the ground ball. But the Lancers won't. Here we go. Is it a fast break opportunity? He's sprinting downfield. Timeout call.
Lancers.
Good timeout call.
Great timeout.
Blue Valley had a great angle to take him out of bounds. Coach wants to value the possession, gets a good timeout call. Now you can set up your offense and try to get this a tie ball game.
3 minutes, plenty of time to even get a couple more, especially on the run Shawnee Mission East is going on right now.
Well, it is a game of runs. The Tigers came out pretty aggressive at the beginning of this quarter, and then at the end of this quarter, it's been all the Lancers. You got any shout-outs you want to give to anybody since you're up here? You know we're famous, right?
Shout out. I'll give a couple shout-outs. Shout out to my parents back home watching, and then shout out to Shawnee Mission East assistant coach Dan Leff. We were talking before the game. He told me to give him a shout-out. And
yeah.
Gotta oblige.
I want to say shout out to all my friends and family. This is my first time ever broadcasting. I'm a gym teacher and a multi-sport coach, so I have a background with this, but I'm surely excited to be sitting here talking lacrosse with Jack over here. Very knowledgeable high school lacrosse player. So to all my friends and family watching, thank you for tuning in. You know, I don't even know why they would besides me announcing the game. That, you know, my brother and I both played lacrosse over at Parkway Central in St. Louis, and you know, we're done.
Yeah.
You know, I coach. My brother, you know, he's just off in his life, and he's doing a good job. But, you know, my mom misses those days.
Oh, yeah.
Washing all the equipment,
Driving
the smelly gloves.
Driving all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
I got one more shout out, Jags LAKC. Shout out Jags LAKC.
Jags LAKC. Okay, I hear you. I'm going to do one last shout. Shout out to all of my players over at Lee Summit fighting hard for us this year. It's back to the process, and we're ready to come back next year stronger than ever. The Lancers will start with the ball here off of the timeout.
Interesting choice of matchups. They put their LSM Garrett Wilson on Griffin, and then their first team All-Metro DePaul on Milton Brosh, the midi who has 2 goals already.
Well, they already got the high hand. There's the slide early. Open shot.
Another one. Oh.
Was that not in? I'm pretty sure that went in. Well, heads up. Ooh, nice hit.
I don't know what just happened, but
Blue Valley still got the ball. You know, I could have sworn that went in.
that looked like it went top corner, but
You know, with these Lancers ripping the ball the way they do, it's hard to tell.
for sure. But you can tell Milton is definitely feeling it tonight.
Yeah, you know, it's a good idea. Go ahead and put your closed defender on the hot hand, and you got a great long stick midi. But the thing that worries me about I think the reason they did this is because the way how Milton was just dodging through people, you had to get somebody more physical on him. You can't just let him waltz around into the middle of the field like that without getting laid out.
For sure. Blue Valley has about 2 minutes right now.
Here's the slide.
Ward call.
You know, I'm going to have to credit the aggressive Lancers defense forcing the Ward. It looks like the Tigers are just getting a little too tired of getting whacked at and checked at.
For sure.
Lancers ball. They've been dominating the time of possession for this second half of the quarter as they're going to work their clear. Ball's down. Picked up by the Lancers. And play stopped.
I think timeout, Shawnee Mission East.
Another great timeout call.
If you want to get some food, you need to get
At some time, you knew that if they weren't going to be able to advance the ball, Blue Valley's going to be able to lock off and make it even more difficult for them to touch the restraining box.
And you especially want to get that one more before halftime. Just kind of go in, fresh start, tied up ball game at the end. Maybe even get another one. But
could you imagine how loud these fans are going to get if they get one more goal before this half?
I can't imagine it.
Well, I'll tell you this. All the Shawnee Mission East fans are right below us here in the booth. And every time the Lancers score, it feels like a little earthquake's going on up here.
Definitely.
Hey, I just got an update from Tim Block, head coach over at Lee Summit. There's 100 people watching us tonight. Do you feel any more nervous?
Oh, no. I live for the pressure.
You know, after I botched the lineup in the first game, calling the wrong team lineup, I don't think it gets any worse than that. I'm all good now.
I just got a couple messages from the Jags LAKC players, and everyone's getting a little hyped up, and they like that shout-out I gave them, so that's pretty awesome.
Well, hey, man, it's all about Kansas City lacrosse. And like I said, we were talking early in the first game that the sport over here is just growing tremendously. I remember coming out here back between 2005 to 2010, playing Rockhurst, playing a few other Kansas City teams, and the skill level is so much better now than it was about 10 years ago when I was playing.
And something you see is just a really close-knit community. They'll be as mean as each other on the field, but after the game, everyone's hugging. You'll see that after this game, too.
Oh, yeah, of course. A lot of these guys play for Blue Lions Lacrosse Club. There's a few other select teams, and all these kids know each other really well. They love playing with each other, and we come out here and compete. And I got to tell you, the culture out here in Kansas City is great.
For sure.
Great body defense by number 1, stopping that Dodger in his tracks. Ball's at X. Feeds it up top. Time and room shot. Wide
just
right.
Outside. Great chase by Ian Jones, the goalie. And those are those hustle plays that win you games.
Gotta love it. Those are the things as a coach you just hate it when you miss out on.
For sure.
Blue Valley with the clear. You know what? You got to credit the Lancers. I did not see a single midfield with any space to receive that, to receive a clean catch. The ball's back at X now. Aggressive defense by the Lancers. You're seeing them play out a lot like Rockhurst was on Pembroke earlier. He's looking for that lift on that bottom hand. A couple passes around. Great job by the defense. Gets the shot off the hip. Great save. Well, you know, they said we had 2 first-team All-Metro goalies. We saw the first one for Pembroke, and now we have Shawnee Mission East. Came up with a good save there because it's really hard to see an off-hip shot come at you.
For sure.
And make a great save like that.
Something I'm seeing a lot from the Shawnee Mission East deep holes is they're varying their checks between body and stick, which is something that's really important. And I think that's how they're being able to play so aggressive is every time that player gets close, they push him back out and start throwing stick checks.
Yeah, you always want to throw those stick checks when the player's receding. But I've also noticed that the timing of their stick checks, they're mixing it up. Ooh, a bull dodge and a shot. Man, that Milton kid is tough as rocks.
Colgate's got a good one coming, that's for sure. What the half of lacrosse?
And we've been having so much fun up here. We just didn't realize. Hey, that's the end of the second quarter. Blue Valley 4, Shawnee Mission 3. This is Daniel Rogenhofer here with Jack. We've been having a blast, and we're looking forward to another great half of lacrosse. Here from LAKC, signing out.
Welcome back, LAKC fans. Dan Rogenhofer, Jack Mahoney. The second semifinal game, the first half is off, and it's been a very entertaining one. What have you seen so far that you like?
So far, I just think that Blue Valley got on that early run, went up 4-1, but Shawnee Mission has kind of battled back with help of their crowd behind us, which I can tell you is really big. So I look forward to kind of seeing where the second half goes. I want to see more Shawnee Mission players kind of getting involved. It's kind of been the Milton Barrage show so far, which isn't a bad thing, but I think that'll help him out a lot.
Well, you know, he's bringing in a lot of slides to him because, I mean, the guy's just a bulldozer. He's plowing through people on his way to the net. He's bringing 2 or 3 slides. There's going to be people open. They're going to slide to him early. There's going to be opportunities for other people on the Lancers team to get the ball in the back of the net. And one thing I really do want to say here is I'm very impressed with the Lancers fans here tonight. Extremely loud. And Lancer fans, let LAKC LAKC TV hear you. Hey, it's crazy out here. It's just great to see a lot of fans out here watching the sport of lacrosse. You know, Jack and I were talking about earlier, the game's grown so much out here in Kansas City. It needs to be respected around the rest of this country because the talent is just, like I said, we got a guy going to Colgate.
Yeah. I think as this summer, I think there's a lot of select teams going around, and I think you'll kind of see that pedigree for Kansas City lacrosse grow a little more, especially with teams like True and Team KC. I know the Rockers U coaches are putting it together, so I think that'll help kind of grow the pedigree of Kansas City as a hub for lacrosse.
Yeah, you know, like I said, I played my high school ball back away from 2006 to 2010. We used to come out here every other year and play a few teams from the Kansas City area. And when I came back to coaching, I started coaching here last year. This is my second year being here. I'm just overall impressed with the improvement of not just a few teams, but all 14 teams in this league.
Top to bottom, this league is just growing better and better every year. I think you saw that this year. There's a pretty big group of teams in that middle division, kind of from like 6 to 11, and all those teams beat each other and lost to each other. So that kind of, everyone losing and winning against each other shows the talent's really growing here.
Yeah. And hey, how do you feel about this new tournament set where everybody gets in? I mean, I loved it because, you know, our team usually doesn't make the playoffs, and we got our first playoff experience a couple of weeks ago. So
I completely agree. We were an 11 seed last year. We wouldn't have made it, and we won our first round matchup. So it's really nice kind of being able to play and seeing the whole season as a younger team. You can kind of say, okay, none of these games really matter that much. As long as we're growing as a team, we can kind of get to the playoffs and maybe have a chance to win.
And you're always going to play a team that you played previously. You know, we played Rockers our last regular season game, and then that was our first matchup. And I was like, let's break out the film. Let's see how much better we can get this because we played them once before.
Yeah.
What kind of second half adjustments do you think we're going to see here in this next half?
If I'm Blue Valley, I'm kind of trying to settle down the offense more and look for the shooters up top. If I'm Shawnee Mission East, I'm going to Griffin and trying to get the ball moving around a little bit more from him. They slide so quick that someone's got to be open. You just got to find them.
Hey, I totally agree. You know, settle down for Blue Valley. You guys got the lead, and you're doing fine. Just pull that ball out to space. They're aggressive defense, but no one's going to play defense way that far out.
For sure.
And get a good look. Find your matchup. Hey, joining us here is the president of the Lacrosse Association of Kansas City, Mr. Freeze.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, good. How to do? It's a
Good.
pleasure to meet you.
Thank you. Thank
Hey,
you.
we were just talking about how much the game has grown over here in Kansas City. How do you feel about it? How long have you been involved? I know you've been the president this year, but, you know, go ahead and give a little information and what you think about overall as our league is growing.
So my son started playing when he was about 3rd or 4th grade, just kind of on a chance. He fell into it. And that's about the time the curve was taken off for lacrosse in Kansas City, and we've just enjoyed the ride. It's getting stronger. We're trying to get more youth involved, and you can obviously see it's a pretty good game out there.
Oh, yeah. Your son's playing pretty darn good. He's getting a lot of really crisp feeds. But you know what? It's another close game. The last time these two guys played, it was a really close game.
Yeah, 9-8.
Yeah? You all right? Your heart beating a lot?
I don't know. I'm just trying to stay calm. So it's a good game.
Not
Very good game.
easy as a parent, but you know, hey, want to say thank you for your time and everything, and
absolutely,
and appreciate your service for our league and everything.
Yeah, happy to do it.
Yeah,
thank you.
Daniel Rogenhofer signing out, LAKC.
quick start. Here we are. Second half of our second semifinal game between the Blue Valley Tigers and the Shawnee Mission East Lancers. Tigers have the early advantage 4-3. But as Jack and I was saying, the Lancers are looking like they're going to come back and get this lead here, just based off the tempo of this game.
And Shawnee Mission East got an initial possession, but they threw it away, so Blue Valley's going to get the ball.
You know, we were talking a little bit. You know, it's so like I said, I've coached out at Lee Summit. Jack plays for Blue Valley West, and it's so much a better game tonight. Way better conditions than the game that we had to play against each other earlier this season in February.
Oh yeah,
negative wind chill over there.
Yeah, and the wind was just blowing. And there's another flag on Shawnee Mission East, so Blue Valley is going to start this half man up, try and get some momentum because they haven't scored since midway through the second quarter, I think.
Yeah. No, they definitely need to get a goal. It's getting a little bit cold. Their coffee's getting cold. They need to get it hot.
I like that.
Yeah.
Coffee's getting cold.
Oh, that's a shout out to my Missouri State lacrosse buddies. We always say keep coffee hot, keep the ball spinning around.
For sure.
You know, lacrosse kids, they can just be goofy. We always come up with some kind of phrase or something, right? Ooh, great stick by the defender. But Blue Valley comes up with it. Nice hitch move, shot. Oh.
Shot by Jack Pine.
You know,
nice hustle by Robbie, gets the ball back.
You know, there's a lot of small things that are happening in this game that as a coach, I can't help but appreciate. Even though they didn't get the goal, the patience to do a hitch move, to take 2 more steps above goal line extended to get a better shot angle. And like you said, great hustle by the goalie to turn over the ball in possession. A lot of little things here that get unnoticed that we're going to recognize tonight.
For sure. And Griffin's coming in.
Shot and goal.
There's the first shot by Griffin Freeze, and that's a goal.
Griffin finally buries one in the back of the net. Was that just some unsettled transition there?
Yeah, unsettled transition. Actually, Blue Valley had a chance to come up with that ball, and Griffin threw a check and got that ball dislodged and kind of came up with the ground ball and just ran down. Nice shot, nice finish.
Tie ball game. Like we said, we both picked the Lancers to win this game. And even though that they've been down, they're just not out.
For sure.
Let's see how the Tigers respond. Need to see some resiliency here, which you would hope to see. They got the Coach of the Year, Mike McKenney. He does a great job keeping these players motivated. Like I said, we matched up against this team earlier, and we came out with an early first quarter lead, and they responded very well. So let's see what they do here.
Same thing with us. In the first game we played against them, it was close the whole game. Third and fourth quarter, they kind of just came out and started scoring. So this is definitely a second half team, I would say. So we'll see a lot more from Blue Valley. They're definitely not out of this game. Just moving the ball around right now.
Yeah, they're always going to start a possession moving the ball around like this. It gives you a chance to substitute in some fresh midfielders, and it gives you a chance to find a matchup you like right here.
Cameron Ream coming down. There's another goal.
Now that's just straight athleticism. Just outran his man down the alley. No slide help.
What I like here, too, is Ian Jones going over to his defense, the goalie for Blue Valley, and telling him what happens and what needs to do better. But that Shawnee Mission East bench is bumping right now.
Yeah, you get these guys rolling. You're going to hear a lot of hooping and hollering. These guys love this game. They love cheering for their teammates. And it's almost like they're going to suck your passion out of you.
For sure. They're getting hype over there.
That's one of the first times that I just saw a straight dodge to shoot.
For sure.
Not sure if you can hear that, but the stadium is rumbling here in UMKC at Durwood Stadium. Great ground ball by the long stick. Fast break opportunity. Zings it across.
Not the best pass. It's a hard pass to make with a long
It's a hard
pole.
pass to make. He could have kept going to the goal too.
For sure.
He had a step on his guy.
But Griffin gets the ball again. Another ground ball.
You know what? He wants a few more shots, so I don't think he's letting any ground balls get away from him.
Nope. And look, they're just going to settle it down again.
Take your time, take your patience, get your matchup, find your opportunity. This game is mental. Nice sweep over the middle. Shot and goal. Overhand bounce shot. Mr. Technical. or Mr. Fundamentalist, I should say.
And Blue Valley needs desperately to win this face-off coming up.
So what I saw there was an open set. The defense seemed to be spread out with the rest of the players. You got to get in tight. There's no slide angle for the adjacent slide there. There was no help. He swept across. He beat his man one-on-one and got a perfect shot right over the center cylinder.
And I know it's difficult playing short stick D midi, but you got to try and contain that top slide and push him down the alley. He ran right through the middle there and got that bouncer one-on-one. It's going to be impossible for that goalie to save it.
The goalie, Ian's been playing pretty solid. Give him a chance by letting these shots come from low angles.
Blue Valley went with a switch on the face-off.
And they got the possession, but he's running through traffic. Someone needs to come help him. Yeah, if you just look at the bench at the top left corner of your screen, these guys are hyped. No need for Red Bull on that bench. Here we go. He's running straight through him.
Oh.
A great last-second trail check. You got to get your feet moving as a defender. You got to sit down in your stance. You got to do a better job contesting the dodge. If you let these guys shoot off the dodge, it's going to be a long night.
And I know Blue Valley's kind of, or Shawnee Missionese is kind of going on a run, but Blue Valley defense has to dig deep and try and get this ball back for their offense.
Here goes a goal around cage. Early slide. What a play! You got to count that.
Crease.
I don't know. Hey, nothing against the referees, but I believe he was pushed from behind into the crease. So the goal should stand.
I agree, but
early slide, a great feed across the net, but sometimes those calls are just going to be made. You got to respect the guy. You got to respect the guys in stripes. This is a fast game. It's not an easy game to ref, and there's a lot to see. It's easier up here for us to say what should have happened.
Another ground ball scrum. Blue Valley or Shawnee Mission East comes up with it.
Great job riding by the Lancers. The Tigers have been quiet on the offensive side for the entire quarter so far. Now, if you're the Lancers, you got a 2-goal lead now. You just go ahead and bang this ball around. You don't have to rush into your pick. You can pick your shot, whatever you want. Inside roll, comes back around the cage, dishes it to number 5, back up to number 2 on the top left of the goalie side. Like I said, you got a 2-goal lead. Not a big lead, but you're dominating the game. Shoot some clock. Let your defense rest.
I think that's 5 in a row for Shawnee Mission East, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, momentum is completely with the Lancers bench side. Good early slide, but they're chasing stick.
Shot by number 1, Milton Grosh.
You know, when you're the guy who's sliding, you got to go to his hips. And then the guy who got beat might be able to get a trail check, but I don't get why the guy who's sliding is chasing the stick. You got to stop the ball first.
Yeah, nice
great
check.
Lift check. You know, maybe I should watch what I'm saying. Maybe.
That's Jack Cecil, it looks like, with that lift check. Great play.
But notice he had great body position to make that stick check.
For sure.
When you're hips on hips and then you have 6 feet of pole, it allows more strength on your stick checks other than being farther away and just getting with your head. The first possession gets a touch in the box, being harassed by the pole.
Look how
rolls
aggressive
back.
that deep pole is.
This is the first possession the Tigers have had in a while.
And Blue Valley just needs to relax and give their defense a break. Here's Nate Adamson up top. Looks like he's going to take a run. He's a lefty.
He does go to his left. Well, you know what? The pressure got to that kid there. He just threw that one up. You know, it's kind of hard to identify who all the left-handed players are. You think if he would have committed a little bit more to his right, he could have got him to bite.
Yeah.
Got something going on here. A little chippiness from the bench. Like I said, you know, Shawnee Mission East, the Lancers, they played very aggressive.
Another timeout.
It's a semi-pro game, or no, it's the semi-finals game. So it's going to get a little heated here, but the refs are doing a great job keeping this game under control.
For sure.
Got a timeout by the Lancers here.
Heartland Lacrosse, True Lacrosse, and the Great Plains Lacrosse Officials Association.
So if you're from Minnesota, you play any hockey?
No, my brother does, though.
Yeah.
My brother plays a lot of hockey.
You know, it's crazy. I got to play against the University of Madison, Wisconsin, my first year playing at Missouri State, and they got a lot of Canadians. And it's funny, because when you talk to those guys, they're hockey players.
Yeah.
But when the ice melts, it's all about lacrosse.
Especially that box lacrosse game is really prominent up in Canada, where you're playing like inside an indoor arena, and you every player has a short stick. So,
you know, and I've been talking to a lot of coaches here in the LAKC league, and a lot of the coaches are saying that their development is coming from the box leagues. Box lacrosse is like indoor soccer. It's a shorter field. It's all short sticks. It's tighter. It requires more skill and athleticism and better stick skills.
much more physical as well.
So it really does a good job getting kids ready for the spring season.
Shawnee Mission East ball.
Same rules as hockey. Well, it didn't take too long, and the Lancers got the ball now. Definitely winning this TOP, time of possession of the third quarter. As that pole tries to dangle through, picks up his own drop ground ball. Still a close game. If you didn't have the score on the TV screen, you would think the Lancers are dominating this thing, but it's only a 2-goal game. I'd like to see Blue Valley come in here and try to bring this a little bit closer, just for the sake of the entertainment up here. It's been great.
And, I mean, earlier in the game we saw Blue Valley go on a similar run, so you know that they're capable of making a run, but this Shawnee Mission East team is just like a well-oiled machine, just getting goal after goal right now.
And if you're the Blue Valley Tigers.
Oh, there's the freshman.
That was a great move. Another hitch move. Shoots and scores. Wow. While being contacted by the defender. The Lancers are starting to run away with this here in the third quarter. 5 minutes, 52 seconds. Shawnee Mission East Lancers, 7. Blue Valley Tigers, 4.
That was Matt McGannon. I think he has the most goals in the LAKC right now. He's just a great finisher.
You know, the guy slid the body, and he got on his hips. He could have squared up a little bit better, but the fact that he was being maneuvered from his position, shot off the hip with great velocity. I mean, that's what players just got to do on their own. You can't coach that. Players got in the weight room, practicing taking shots all day, strong core. Well, what a series of events here. What used to be a 4-2 lead is now a big run by the Lancers, and now they're up 7-4. And maintain possession off the face-off.
They're just going to settle it down here.
Yeah, at this point, you know, you're hoping that the Tigers aren't flat, but it's really hard to be motivated at this moment. I mean, they went on a 5-goal run. And, well, I think one of the most demoralizing things about trying to defend this Lancers team is when you play good body defense like that, but then they get these very high-velocity shots off what you're thinking you're playing great defense.
For sure.
Ooh.
Nice roll.
Yeah, nice roll. You know, that defensive, early slide, feed to the crease. Good look, just didn't execute. Pull it back out, reset.
This Tigers defense needs to get some kind of momentum, a takeaway check or something, just to get their offense a chance.
Shorty on shorty matchup on the left wing.
And this is the guy Matt McGannon just scored.
Ooh, there's a good, nice patience. I thought he was going to rip it there. Not sure if you all back at home can understand, but anytime I go, I'm thinking it's going to be a big rip. On the wing. What a handle by 22.
Nice
and a
save.
great save. Great lacrosse there all around. The feed was high. He snagged it, brought it back in, went for it was a stick side high shot, but I mean the goalie with the guy right on his doorstep, you gotta appreciate how he stood up in that situation in camp with the stop.
Nice ride, nice
really
body.
Really good. I don't know. You don't like that? No.
As a DPOL, I do not like that call, but
you know, I felt like it's at the top of the numbers. You know, what they do say is if you throw your hands out too far, they don't want to see that. But I don't know. I like the hit.
I thought it was good. Maybe he came in. Isn't it like 3 yards? You can't.
It's 5 yards. Yeah, 5 yards. And I did not see a big lead up or anything. I'm thinking if it's anything, maybe the fact that he thrusted his hands so far away from his body.
Yeah.
You know what? As the refereeing crew is concerned, I actually like the call now that I think about it in hindsight because they're trying to keep this game under control. You have an aggressive Shawnee Mission East team plays really physical. And you got a team in Blue Valley who, you know, you're hoping won't retaliate
For sure.
to the situation they're in right now.
But Blue Valley is not afraid of being physical either, so I like that call as well. But this is just a kind of a blessing in disguise for Blue Valley right here. If I'm Blue Valley, I need to capitalize on this play. 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Well, hey, they have not done as good on their man-up situations as we've seen before, because these pulls are so quick. They can extend out very far in their man-down set.
Nice pass. Oh, nice save.
Oh, did he squeeze it in?
No, it was a great
No, he
save.
didn't. What a tough break.
Come up with this.
Hey, and also another tough break. Looks like they got a little lucky there.
That was a great fake and try and finish, but just an even better save by Robbie. That's why he's first team All-Metro for sure.
You know, I definitely saw it there.
Oh,
Skip
nice
pass
look.
shot.
Oh, another great save.
Another great save. 2 amazing looks for the Tigers. They just couldn't capitalize. This goalie has built himself a brick wall. And a big hit. You know, he looked at the ref like, could I? Could I? Well, he's going to let him play. Oh, and another big hit. I think he's going to say that one came from the side.
Oh, boy.
Oh, that one he's going to call from behind. Hey, great leadership by number 6 pulling his teammate away. Get your players back to the benches now, coaches. Get your kids under control.
This is a semifinal game. You don't want any penalties like this.
Yes.
The Shawnee Mission East parents are furious below us.
If I'm a coach right now, I'm turning to my bench and I'm saying, guys, there's a lot of lacrosse to play. Let's finish this game strong. Let's not make any dumb decision now to get this game out of hand.
Look at the Blue Valley guys are hyping their boys up.
Hey, you know what? Let's talk about that series of hits there. You know what? The second to last one was from the side. I didn't see him have a big lead up of 5 yards or more. I think that's that gray area, that from the side or the behind call. A very tough call making in lacrosse. As a coach, one that's made me furious.
Yeah, it's also frustrating when you kind of see from the Shawnee Mission side. I see it because you just got that call in midfield, which looked right on, and then Blue Valley had 2 pretty big hits in a row and no call. So it's kind of hard, but I mean the refs in this position.
It's not easy. It's a fast game.
Yeah, and there's no right way to. There's no perfect way to do it. It's all kind of.
It's definitely not an easy job. And, you know, as a multi-sport coach, you know, I'm looking at the situation. And, you know, as a coach, you know that these refs are going to make some good calls and they're going to miss some calls. But what you're hoping is, hey, let's just make it consistent. And I felt like that was pretty darn consistent.
Yeah.
And I felt like it was slightly towards the back of his shoulder. But if he didn't make the call, I wasn't going to be upset either.
Yeah, for sure. And they're talking it over still. And Shawnee Mission East is coming together. If I'm Shawnee Mission East, I'm the coach. I'm saying, look, we got a 3-goal lead. Defense, you got to hold here, but we're not. Let's just everyone chill out because this is a semifinal game. You lose, you go home.
And now, you think the refs might call this game slightly different because of how physical it got
for
there.
sure.
And you know, to the parents, I really love and appreciate your competitiveness and your fandom. But you do need to remember that this is a high school activity sport. We got to keep this clean. Yep. This is not college. This is not Denver. This is not this is not NCAA. This is high school ball. And at the end of the day, we're trying to provide a safe environment for our kids to play on this platform, our student athletes.
We're gonna get the call right here. We'll see what it is.
We have a push on Shawnee Mission East, 30 seconds.
Let's see what we got here. I'm here with Blue Valley West junior defender Jack Mahoney. We just saw some great physical lacrosse here earlier. I was foaming at the mouth a bit.
Conduct on number 5 for 30 seconds.
So it looks like we're going to have man up here for Blue Valley.
They're playing 6-on-4 right now, it looks like.
And look at how well.
Oh, great stick.
Even 2 players down. Look at how well these defensive players for Shawnee Mission East are recovering and getting tight. Defense is all about expanding and contracting, and these poles do a really good job. No wonder they're so comfortable in their man down set. They cover a lot of ground.
For sure. And they just got an interference call on Blue Valley, and that's why Shawnee Mission East got that ball right there. And they just threw it down, trying to kill some clock. When you're 2 men down, might be the best option.
Yeah, and they're starting the ball on the way on the opposite end of their end line. It's going to take time to bring it up. All those seconds matter. So, yes, even though they got possession, you know, you're hoping that 15 seconds there will really help you out at the end of the day if your defense can step up. Like I said, you got to be impressed with the way these deep holes are rotating man down. They're fast.
Missed pass, and that's big. But if I'm Blue Valley, you got to ride hard. You have the advantage on the man. And they're just going to check it again.
He just straight baseball whacked that kid.
But look at Shawnee Mission East has a chance to get that ball. Nope.
Good pickup there by the deep hole. Just zings it down there. Looks like it. Still in. Nah, finally goes out of bounds. Shawnee Mission ball.
Huge stand if Shawnee Mission East can not let them score here.
I just got to tell you, as a defensive coach, I'm just thoroughly impressed with the Lancers' man-down unit. Now they're on offense. Almost got the slap check there. He's looking, he's fishing, just nothing biting.
I think both penalties are released, it looks like. So none of that scrum ended up mattering. We got the same score.
Yeah, you know, at the end of the day, just take a deep breath. Lacrosse will continue on. Going left hand, number 5, as he goes right back to his right. Beats his man, shot and goal. You know, if I'm the Blue Valley coach, I'm about ready to tell that kid that you might need to stay in the net.
Yeah.
He's jumping it. He's jumping it. I understand why he wants to make a play, but the Lancers know it.
Yeah.
And because of that, they're just going to dink it in there.
Yep, and that's Charles Berger with the goal right there, number 5. Great finish.
Yeah, the junior did a really good job. Pulled it out, rolled, re-dodged again. You never know if your defender is going to be too busy catching their breath or paying attention. It's like, oh, maybe he's not going to dodge on me again. No, he went right back at him, being aggressive. 4-goal game here. And look at the plunger move as he wins the face-off right off the clamp.
And there's Griffin just giving the middies time to adjust, giving the middies time to sub.
Yeah, you're not going to contest him all the way up there.
About a minute left in the 3rd quarter right here.
You got all the time in the world to end this quarter with the look that you want. Here comes the roll down the alley. Passes it back to X. Feed, skip shot up top.
Goal.
What a play!
Milton Brosh is having himself a night tonight, that's for sure.
You know, dodge from the wing, pull the defense one way, dish it back to X in a great skip pass. I just saw it happening. It was a dream, man. It's a dream.
That's really hard, especially on defense when you're in that adjacent set, because that's going to be the pass you're going to have to leave open is that far side. Because the far side defense has a split too.
You could sit there and think about going to a crease slide, but then you know that they are going to have good catchers and shooters on the crease too.
For sure.
No, I mean, we tried an adjacent slide against this team and a crease slide, and these guys are smart enough to know they'll do a dummy dodge, identify your slide, and then they'll know who to pass the ball to, who's going to be open.
These are some great adjustments by the Shawnee Mission East coaches at halftime.
And, you know, I'm a little bit surprised that Blue Valley's coach, Mike McKenna, hasn't called a timeout yet. Try to get his guys settled down here a bit.
Yeah.
But you got 41 seconds in the quarter.
This is Brett Florlack taking the face-off for Blue Valley. A switch from Baldacci.
2 great lacrosse names at the face-off.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, I was just notified that was Mitchin with a hat trick.
Yep, Milton Brosh had the hat trick tonight already.
5-goal lead. Now, let me get this right. This is a 7-0 goal run by the Lancers.
I think so.
Yeah. They have completely taken this over. You got time if you want to get one more. That's aggressive play by the pole. Oh, wow.
10 seconds. Good body.
Good body check. Good body check, and then he came down with the slash. I'm not exactly. Definitely, you know, it's got to be frustrating to be on the Blue Valley side of things, but, you know, you just got to keep going.
Yep.
You got to keep going. You know, it's a game of runs. You never know with fast breaks. A few quick goals, and you're right back in this thing.
And right here with only 5 seconds left in the quarter, if Blue Valley hangs on to possession, they will get to keep the ball, and there will be no face-off at the start of the fourth. So this is a time right here as they go man up that you can kind of get a chance to get at least one goal and kind of shorten that lead down to 4.
Yes. You know, and from my experience with the Lancers, knowing because they do play really aggressive, you're going to get some more extra man opportunities on offense.
But, I mean, the way Shawnee Mission East's man-down defense is playing, it hasn't seemed to matter too much.
Yeah, I mean, they got some fast kids. They rotate well. They rotate as a team. You kids at home need to be taking some notes because you got to realize it's a lot of effort to play defense in this sport. You got a lot of ground to cover. You're constantly getting in the hole, expanding back out on your guy.
5 seconds left in the third quarter.
2 minutes / non-releasable. So he's going to be locked in right now.
Is that the second time it's a 2-minute penalty against Shawnee Mission?
I think that might be why it's longer than just a normal slash. I'm not sure, though.
Well, we're expecting him to just hold on to the rock here. Nothing too special, and we'll get into the fourth quarter here.
I mean, this is a huge chance for Blue Valley. They're going to have about basically 2 minutes non-releasable. That can really spark a run right here.
Yeah. Big opportunity for the Tigers. But once again, to all you young kids at home, you got to watch this man-down defense rotate. You know, with a lot of inexperienced teams, you usually get 1 or 2 of the guys rotating. But these guys got all 5 of them rotating in a circle.
For sure.
And it's just, it's really impressive how in sync they are.
For sure. And something they also, even when they're rotating, they're keeping their stick up at all times.
You know, funny thing there, one of our parents wants to see a recap on all the scores. It's just been happening so fast. We've been having a hard time keeping track up here.
For sure.
At the end of the third quarter here, it's 9-4. The quarter started out 4-2, or at the end of the first quarter, it's 4-2, and the Lancers came up with a 7-goal run, and just been completely taking this game over.
So Blue Valley's going to have a chance here. They're going to start with possession.
You got to stay up. You just got to think 1 goal at a time. Don't worry about whether we win or lose the game. Let's get this thing back close, and then we'll worry about winning the game. I bet you McKenna's got his guys focused, though.
I mean, I would go back to that pick play that they ran at the beginning of the game when JP had that shot from up top.
Yeah. Really hard. It's going to be really hard for the defense to rotate if they have that pick there, preventing that guy to come down low. Well, we're going to start the fourth quarter here. Blue Valley is going to start extra man offense, 2 minutes. They are down right now to the Lancers, 9-4.
Run nice wheel.
It's a good off-ball movement. Are they going to count that as a shot or a pass?
No.
He says it's a pass. Turnover.
I think that's the right call. Looked like a pass to me.
It looked like a pass to me, too. Like I said.
Nice pass.
Well, they regained possession. Let's see if they can capitalize. Ooh.
You got to slow it down here.
You got to be a little more patient. You got 11 minutes to get a handful of goals, and right now they're just forcing a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Also, if you're man up there, there's no reason to pressure the goal when it's kind of even in that situation, but you're man up player-wise.
If you're dodging, you're either sweeping across the top or you're dodging down the alley, forcing the rotate.
For sure.
But you're not really expectantly waltzing in front of the goal and shooting it. So here, let's see what they do. Last time they went with a wheel. Still looking for that pick you were talking about.
There's open. Oh, good shot.
Good shot. Just barely missed the up top there. You know, fundamentalist coach is going to tell you put it on the ground, though. But he's a good goalie. Bounce shots, he might be good at bounce shots. There you go. Oh. That was a slight moment of opportunity for the Tigers to get a goal. Pick and roll opportunity. Gets it to number 2. Oh, and the feed to the midi up at the top left.
Maybe over and
just
back.
Missed it. It's going to be the Lancers' ball after this.
Over and back. East ball.
You know, these Blue Valley Poles got to be tired. They've been playing a lot of defense today. As you can see, Freeze just walked past his defender, gets the goal. Well, Mahoney, I don't want to bum anybody out, but I definitely don't think we're going to see that 8-9 game that we saw earlier this season.
This looks like Shawnee Mission is going on a pretty big run right now.
You know, if you're McKenna, you got to bring your guys in and talk about respecting the game, play for your love of the game, and just go out there. Let's settle this offense down and just get one good look and go from there. Yep. I feel like maybe these guys are thinking too much about how much they got to overcome right now, and because that they're forcing bad feeds, they're dodging man up. Relax, it's okay. You guys are gonna be fine. 10 and a half minutes, still a lot of lacrosse to play, but you got to give your defense something to be happy about. You got to get on the board here.
Nice look.
Stoppage in play.
I think that's going to be a timeout for McKenna.
I think this is the first time McKenna's called a timeout all game.
Lancers 10, Tigers 4.
We'll be right back with you from Durwood Stadium, the LAKC semifinals.
To start our evening, and then the
Welcome back, LAKC fans. Daniel Rogenhofer, Jack Mahoney. We always want to say thank you so much for tuning in. We've peaked out at 137 views, which, hey, this is Midwest lacrosse here, high school lacrosse. You know, it's definitely growing in popularity. I definitely feel very popular knowing that I had 137 people tuning in on this. How do you feel about it?
I feel great. We're not even at the championship yet, and there's a huge crowd here, so that number is even more with all the people who are here too. So it's just great to see the game growing like this, especially because it's a sport we love so much.
Yeah. Shout out to my friend Cam Boswick, one of the all-time points leading scorers at Missouri State. Sent me a message saying, hey, man, you're killing it. Probably should have been doing this than teaching. Nice hitch move. But, hey, great slide to body. Oh man, outside. I was rooting for that one to sneak in there.
I thought that was
He's going to get it. He's going to get it. Nope. Yeah, it's just great to see people, you know, I wish we had a map showing where these guys are tuning in from. But
nice play by the goalie. Comes out of the crease and throws a stick check. They would have had a one-on-one matchup.
Fast break opportunity with the long stick here. Good handle. And those are the shots that I'm talking about. The defender's in position. He's on his hips. But these guys get so much velocity on these shots, even when you're playing pretty good defense on them.
Shawnee just needs to move the ball around a little bit and just look for the perfect matchup. There's no reason to rush it.
There's no need to force anything. You play a little Tom and Jerry cat and mouse keep away, and when you get the matchup you want, go ahead and go for it. And the other thing that I've been noticing is that, these defenders are tired, and because of that, these guys just have to dodge. They don't even have to dodge and redodge and feed. These guys can dodge and go straight to goal.
Yep.
Here comes a dodge from up top.
Cameron Ream coming down.
Slide comes early.
Tough handle.
Yeah. Well, that was a good early slide there by the Tigers defense. And that's what you got to do against a Lancer team like this. If you're going to slide, you're going to slide early, and you're going to slide often.
Yep. Just going to chuck it.
Throwing it up. I mean, they're riding very well.
And there's the goalie. Nice ground ball. Oh, nice.
That was easy. Like made peanut butter and jelly.
I'm impressed with the look from the goalie. He was getting hit. As he was getting hit, he threw the ball.
About a 60-yard pass there.
And it went right where it needed to be to Griffin. Threw it one more to Matt McGannon, and that's 7.
Hey, man, when you have an all-Metro goalie like that and you're doing the 11-man ride, he was put in a pretty tough position there. But that's what a star player does. Tough position comes up with a great play.
He's having a great game, and I'm sure he's a senior. He's super hyped up, and he's ready.
Well, these guys did want that revenge. It was a close loss that these guys had to the Tigers last time these guys played.
I watched it. Shawnee Mission East does this video series about the lacrosse program.
Yeah.
And the goalie said, it wouldn't even feel like we won the championship if we didn't beat Blue Valley on the way.
Well, that was the only loss they had on the season, so you know how the kids' egos can be.
Oh yeah. Big hit.
Big hit. Within 5 yards.
Nice. Just bang bang play.
Yep. Definitely saw some holding the stick there. Who wants this ground ball? Who wants it?
There's Garrett Wilson.
Oh.
Tough pass.
Tried the rosy pass, just overshot his friend a little bit there. Lancer's ball. Easy advance. Oh, trips himself up. A little too much stutter there. Okay, Blue Valley ball. Another great job riding by the Lancers. You're just going to have to pass this ball to the other side of the field because they're pressuring so far to the side of the field the ball's on. You got to do a long toss to the opposite end, and then you should be able to find that guy in the corner or up the sideline of the field.
Nice ground ball by Stiggy.
You can go ahead and lock off now. You're going to get a fail to advance if these guys aren't going to be able to clear it. Still a loose ball.
Oh, that's a whippage.
A lot of rough play in here in the midfield, but the Lancers get the ball. Number 5 telling them,
I like that. Charles saying,
RELAX.
calm down, boys.
We do not need to force this. Little Aaron Rodgers there.
He's wide open.
Yeah, he drew that defender. Drew that defender with him, sunk in. Guy came off the bench, had a great opportunity to get a shot on Cage.
I like that look too, though, but it just wasn't the perfect pass.
Yeah. No, and it's like I said, you have a 7-goal lead.
Yeah.
Right now you could just go out there, don't play conservative. Take the look if it's there, but there's really no need to stress anything at this moment if you're possessing the ball on offense. Still with the 11-man ride, even with a big lead.
They're just oiling it up now for Pembroke, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, great save.
Great save.
He went out of the crease and went back in.
Yep,
so
in and out of the crease, so it's going to be Blue Valley ball.
It's nice seeing the Blue Valley offense with a little bit of life. That was a nice dodge by Will Lickman.
Yeah, we haven't really seen much of them since the first quarter. See what they dial up here. He's dodging on a pole.
Oh.
That's a pretty good
Ow.
rip. He just didn't locate it.
That's right to the backside of that deep hole.
Ooh, good scram for the ball. Way to save it. Good effort.
Nice play by
See,
Mason
now,
Peterson.
Look, you want a ground ball. You want a reset. There you go.
Nice goal by Nate Adamson.
One play at a time. Great goal. You want a ground ball. You recovered. You got a goal. Now take a deep breath. Let's get back at it again.
Nate Adamson with a nice finish there. And he's going right back up to the wing.
Hey, man, stick with your high hand. What else you got to lose at this point?
For sure.
Breckenridge facing off Freeze. Freemanus for Blue Valley.
Shawnee Mission East winning the face-off.
Blue Valley guys ran into each other there.
Oh.
Yeah, what?
Means somebody had to make a great move.
Yep.
Go ahead, get your midi subbed in here. No stress. Hold on to the ball. Now, careful now. I understand you need to get the ball back, but if you can't get back in the hole, if you're going to play him out this far, it's just going to be an easy dodge and goal.
But if I'm some of these senior poles for Blue Valley, I'm definitely pressing out.
Yeah, you definitely got to go out there and play hard. But this is going to work into Shawnee Mission East because if you press out on everybody, you're just leaving all this room in the middle of the field for them to operate.
Especially with how athletic their dodgers are, they can just run right by you.
Yep. See number 18 sitting there holding up the tomahawk check. I just started smirking.
Yeah.
Anytime my guys do that, I'm like, no.
Stepped out of bounds, I think. Yep.
Yeah, you know, sometimes on these multi-purpose fields, it's tough to tell which line it is.
For sure.
Look at these attackmen. You got it.
Still hustling.
Still hustling. You got to respect it. Just throwing off the back foot.
Nice pass.
Get a touch.
Oh, flying.
Gonna have a slash. You know, he went for the trail check. I'm not too upset
good
about
save.
it. I'm not too upset about it. He
No.
went for the trail check and missed.
I mean, that was a good opportunity to double the ball. They just
Yeah.
couldn't get the ball out of his stick.
Yeah. One guy in front of Freeze's body. The guy who's trailing should be going for the trail check, and he just missed. Probably brashed that helmet a little bit.
Yep.
Well, here's something that we haven't seen in a while. Extra man offense from the Lancers.
For sure. About 4 minutes left.
Go ahead. Do we know if this is a 30-second or a full minute?
I think I got him for a slash, so I think it's a minute.
You can just spend the first 30 seconds here just setting it up. Chew off some more clock.
Oh.
Well, I say chew off 30 seconds, but
Milton wanted
Hey.
the shimmy.
he's feeling himself, like you said.
He wanted another one, number 4.
TJ Khaled, another one. Here's another one. Speaking of
great
it.
save. Ian Jones, the senior goalie, is still stepping up and making big saves.
Hey, and you got to appreciate that with the scoreboard the way it is, and he's just playing his heart. He's playing his heart out right now. Now you're seeing them just bang the ball around the perimeter here, keeping the coffee hot. There's some cutters. Open look. Nice little
face
move.
dodge. Another
great
save.
save by Ian. Way to go. Oh, you see he's pumped up.
He's pumped up. He knows he's playing well.
Yeah, you know, he's been playing on they've been playing on this side of the field a long time.
Oh,
Another save. And that's 2 saves back-to-back against the All-American.
Yep.
Keep it up, kid. You're doing great. You gotta get into that top side position there. You're giving him the top side on the wing. Nice hitch.
Oh,
Shot
wow.
and goal.
That's Cade Eldridge, the freshman. That's what I was talking about, that low-to-low bounce shot.
Yeah. Just skids on the turf. You just don't know how it's going to skid on that turf. You don't know how that ball's spinning. You don't know if it's going to take a jump hop or a short one.
Again, stick was in his hands. He just couldn't. It's just so hard when they could shoot like that.
Well, and you're also man down, so if you extend out on body, they're just rolling off of it. Hey, but we got to give that goalie some kudos. Those 2 back-to-back saves, just he's playing great.
He's had a great career for Blue Valley.
Balducci facing off for Blue Valley. Breckenridge for East.
Another good face-off by the Lancers.
They can look for that pull right there.
Ooh, is it going to be a deep pull crank? Nope. I just couldn't handle it. You know, two defensive-minded people up here. I just wanted to see wanted to see a long pull get some love.
I got excited there for a second. Oh,
nice hit.
I
don't know.
Got a little chippy over there.
Well, hey, we do have an injured Tiger right now. Just looks a little shaken up. There's all the players take a knee.
I'm not sure who's down for Blue Valley right now.
Hey, we're going to go ahead and send it to break. This is Mahoney and Rogenhofer signing out. We'll be right back with you. LAKC semifinals. Hey, we would like to let everyone know that the person that was hit on the play, Garrett Wilson, did get back up, walked off the field fine, and we saw some great sportsmanship. It was an illegal body check by the Lancers, so once again, the Blue Valley Tigers will be playing with their extra man offense.
They'll be man up for the rest of the game. 3-minute non-releasable penalty.
This is good patience. Keep banging the ball. There's your shot.
Great save.
Hey, good execution by the offense, just a great save by the goalie. That's what we were hoping to see a little bit earlier in this game. Lancers with the turnover. The long stick's running down. So we're going to be seeing 5-on-6 the rest of this game. If you're on defense for the Tigers, you're pressing out, you're doubling the ball, you're going for the turnover here. You got to.
I think they're going to have to keep it in maybe under 2 minutes.
Yes, they should. They should have to keep it in the box under 2 minutes. See, what I would be doing here is I would take my free defender and I'd put him in the middle of the field, having everybody else press off. So when that guy does roll, then you can get that double. But right now, the extra defender's just chasing the ball, and now he's tired. Yeah, the Lancers are really doing a good job of killing this penalty.
And this Blue Valley team has had a great run for the last couple of years.
You mentioned that their program's grown very well.
For sure. And I played against them last week. This is a tough team. So seeing East beat them like this just is a testament to how talented they truly are.
Yeah. Shout out to Mike McKenna and all the Tigers. They came out here and competed, but I gotta tell you, the Lancers just came with that swagger.
Yep.
Here's another double opportunity. He's gonna run down the alley, rolls back up.
About a minute left now.
Watch the sideline. Twinkle toes it through. He's just going to pull it back out.
I like that he didn't go in and shoot it there.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
I do too. I mean, it's just there's really no point. Go ahead and you know, you run this in practice. You practice this in practice.
Yep.
And you just want to hold on to the ball. Yeah, he could have got an easy goal, but that's not the point of this right now.
And I think McKenna just took a timeout right there, so Blue Valley's going to try and clear it, maybe get one more for the seniors.
Yep.
Well, I'm just looking forward to Saturday now. I mean,
Oh, yeah. Are you going to be back here Saturday?
I'll probably come out. I'm reffing the All-Star game before the game, so
Oh,
for
sweet.
the
That's gotta
younger
be fun.
kids, yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping I get hired back on Saturday. I had a blast doing this.
Yeah, it was really fun.
I had a blast with the 2 kids that were here. You're a very knowledgeable kid. It's great meeting people in the league, talking about what we're all passionate about, and I definitely like to see this Pembroke-Shawnee Mission matchup.
It's going to be, I think it's going to be an offensive shootout. Both these teams have really strong offense. I'm looking forward to seeing Griffin versus Quinn Brandmeyer, that number 4, who was guarding Brady Guck today.
That was a great matchup we saw in the first game between a first-team All-Metro attackman and a first-team All-Metro Pole. We're going to get the same thing on Saturday, so make sure you tune back in because we're going to have a lot of great lacrosse left for Saturday.
And you see, I mean, first-team All-Metro goalies really do matter. You've seen Will Andrews for Pembroke made huge saves in the first game.
Going to see 2 really good defenses.
Yeah, and Robbie made huge saves tonight, even though the game wasn't that close. Part of that was because Robbie was a brick wall in goal.
Yep. Yep. Getting everything sorted out here. All right. Blue Valley's going to have the ball at the bottom right corner of the field. They're going to attempt to clear. They should have the extra man advantage.
There goes Ian Jones, the goalie, the senior goalie in his last game. Took one
He
right to
wants
the
it.
elbow there.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Ian. Go, Ian.
Oh.
Go. Oh.
I like it.
I like it too. He's senior goalie. Being a goalie, you got to put up with a lot.
And he's had some fantastic saves tonight.
Yeah, let him have a little bit of fun. He definitely deserved it. See if they can get one last goal here. Rip in, it's in. Way to finish strong.
Mason Pearson, nice shot. Brings it down to 6, but only about 20 seconds left.
Well, they went the entire third quarter without a goal. Yep. So a little bit of life here in the fourth, just too little, too late.
Too little, too late for sure.
You just let a team like Shawnee Mission East possess the ball like that, you're going to see 12 goals or more on the board.
Something that's going to be hard for them next week, on Saturday for Shawnee Mission East, is just how much they've played man down tonight.
Yeah.
And that's going to be something to watch, especially against Pembroke with guys like Jack Staker, who has great vision, and how their cuts on crease. It's going to be really hard to defend.
Well, dang, Jack, I was about to send us off, but it looks like a lot of stoppage of play here in the last few seconds of this matchup.
Yeah.
Referees doing a good job keeping this game under control. Besides that one, the skeff up that we had down on the other side of the field, no, they've done a good job keeping this game under control.
Still,
making
that
a lot of good calls.
That could have been a lot worse down there, and I agree, a lot of good calls, keeping it nice and clean.
Well, hey, Jack, it was a pleasure for sure to comment this game with you, and I'm looking forward to coaching against you next season.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking forward to that game.
My pleasure, man.
That was fun.
Hey, Jack Mahoney, Daniel Rogenhofer here at the Lacrosse Association of Kansas City, signing out. Lancers 12, Tigers 6. Tune in Saturday as the Lancers take on the Pembroke Hill Raiders.
Go Jags.
Go Jags.